Well, we will soon find out, Anthony Jordan. Now, I mentioned earlier that on the track walk yesterday, Alistair Cresswell was chatting to me about, what a fan of 90s hip-hop he was. That's the first time we've seen a Death Row Records T-shirt on the Vera Tools British Kart Championship live stream. Fair play. And now, meanwhile, Anthony Jordan throwing shade on the TKM Extreme grid, who are lining up down on the circuit, because we've got 26 TKM Extreme drivers all waiting to go out for their final, which will be starting in about 5 or 6 minutes time. I'll have a chat a great opportunity to have a look down, and when cameraman Jason finds himself back down on the dummy grid, to just see some of the drivers, because it's so important that, okay, you saw Alfie Garford and Alistair Cresswell have their interviews there with their crash helmets on, because of course these are COVID times, so we can't bring you as much of the full faces of the drivers. We can't get up as close as we'd like to show the personalities behind the thing. This is our only chance, even with Basemas, to see who, these drivers. They're not just a race number and a shiny suit and a crash helmet. They're people. They're the senior the TKM Extreme drivers, all 16 and above. There is defending champion Adam Spadders on the left, and 2019 TKM Extreme champion James Pashley on the right. Again, both privateer drivers. Adam's a Talco supported driver. Pashley's on the Birrell ART, and both champions in this class. Different teams, good camaraderie between them. They would both. I'm sure there's been occasion where if one of them had a problem and couldn't get off the grid, they would try and help there. Looking a bit further back is another one of the Talco drivers. That's Jack Saunders, the number 32, with his helmet off. He's one of the junior drivers graduating up into TKM Extreme. They're just chatting to Ash Klassen from Klassen Motorsport, and behind them Joe Fowler was there as well. Now there's pensive, focused, waiting against the grid there. That would be Zach Bowen, I think. There's Lewis Wadley for the Precision Racing team having a chat. So Lewis Wadley starts directly in front of Sparrow. All nice and relaxed, and each driver's got their own different sort of way to prepare for the start of the race. You can see some drivers like Lewis Wadley doesn't want to put his crash helmet on just until the last minute. Sparrow, he is, he's quite happy to get his helmet on. He's relaxed, he's chilled. There's Michael Cornell, privateer driver, number 85. Very first round of the British Kart Championship under Motorsport UK rules. Cornell finished on the podium at start of 2019 at PFI. Hasn't finished the podium since, but that is a proper old school crash helmet design. There's Nathan Wells. I know Nathan Wells because he's got Wells written on the back of his race suit. He's going to be starting a little bit further down the order on the 8th row of the grid. He's coming to have a little chin wag, with his mates before battle commences. Now we look at one of the Tim Wilson Motorsport drivers. That's Matthew Allnut in kart number 14. Tall driver, Matthew, so he's just managed to squeeze himself into that TWM chassis, and he's having a chat there. Behind you could see Chris Whitten. Matthew there, big wave there. Be a Tool Rebel on the top of his crash helmet, on his visor strip. Again, we're very, very grateful to Vera Tools and to HRX Raceware for their involvement in the championship this season. We've also still got support from Demon Tweaks and many other sponsors as well. A little bit further back, see some of the drivers. Oh dear, that's a nasty logo he's got on his race suit there. Sorry for having to show you that, ladies and gentlemen. This is a a family broadcast after all. There's no need to be seeing that logo. I'm only joking. Of course, there are other championships in the UK, but this is the only British one now. Sitting down in the kart, Alex Reddy in kart number 99 for the Tim Wilson Motorsport. Andrew Lawrence in kart number 38. Looking across the grid there to the number 93. That's Aaron Lask, privateer driver in kart number 93. Behind him you can see Josh Raystrick in the number 56 Tim Wilson Motorsport kart. Megan Lawson's kart number 36 sits behind Josh, and then at the back of the grid there we've got, I think, Harvey Roth and Charlie Flynn at the back. That was a great thing. So now obviously Adam Sparrow, who's a keen online gamer, as so many of these drivers are. a lot of the online gaming community that Aaron races with are watching and cheering him on. We've also got lots of Theo Tibbets getting some support on screens, and Matthew Allnut. Anthony Jordan, you want to look at the grid? There we go. Have a little look at the grid and tell me what you want to see. I'll let me know.
I'm just keeping an eye on the top 3 that are out there from my little notebook.
Okay.
I like to write lots of little facts in my notebook, so keep it there. Don't move. Thank you.
Okay, not a problem at all. I mean, at the front of the grid, James Pashley. I mean, the pole position hold. We haven't seen the pole position man just yet. That would be driver number 3, Joseph Reeves Smith, who is going to be a little bit further up the grid than that. Now, Joseph on the Litchfield Motorsport Tony kart. We'll start from pole. Pashley will be alongside. Then it'll be the number 2 plate kart of Theo Hesketh, last year's vice champion, alongside Lewis Wadley. And now the drivers are told to settle in their karts. There's Pashley, Mr. Pashley, and then Mr. Pashley Senior is one of the stewards of the meeting, who is so the Pashley family, very closely related to the Shenington Kart Club, helping out. Yeah, but there is a look at the pole man, Joseph Reeves Smith, number 3, Litchfield Motorsport, Tony Kart chassis, starting from the pole. 8 of the top 10 seeds are back from last year. Those drivers, I mean, Pashley finished 4th, so at last year's championship, Sparrow was the champion, Hesketh 2nd, Reeves Smith 3rd, Pashley 4th, Matthew Taylor 5th. So the top 5, they all start in the top 10 of this race. Joe Fowler was 6th in the championship. He uses his usual number 31 instead. So the top 6 in last year's championship, all starting in the top 10 on the grid for this one. That is, Anthony Jordan, the stage is well and truly set for an absolute cracking race.
It is. And I'm really hoping that Spadders wins as well.
Ew. Oh, good. Is that because you wanted to have chocolate? No, we're not going to read that, because that's... like I said, lots of Adam Sparrow's mates are online watching, online gaming mates are online supporting him. Here's the grid. Pashley and Reeves Smith, row 1. Wadley and Hesketh on row 2. Sparrow and Fowler, row 3. Allnut and Bowen, row 4. Cornell and Taylor, row 5. Witten and Tibbets, row 6. Kai Springfield and Jack Saunders on row 7. Nathan Wells and Alex Reddy on row 8. Row 9, Andrew Lawrence and Aaron Lask. Then it's Lane and Raystrick, Cox and Lawson, Stockford and Marsh on the 12th row of the grid. The final row of the grid, Charlie Flynn and Harvey Roth.
A competitive grid of karts, and one not getting away. It's the number 11.
That was the number just getting under power now, Spencer Lane.
Something tells me it will not be, or it could be. I don't expect it to be.
Moving into the fast lane, hopefully now. He's got to try and catch the field. I think he used one of the cut-throughs to catch the back of the grid.
Yes.
Well, are they going to go first round?
I'm hearing false start in my ears.
Yes. There we are. So we're going to go around again. That will give Spencer a chance to catch the rest of the pack. We'll go around again. So, Joseph Reeves Smith. Now, of course, all the TKM Extreme drivers, they would have been watching the junior race from, the back of the dummy grid or the side. They would have had teammates in it, people they know. They would have been watching it to see what the grip was like on the track and things like that. They would have seen how well and how smart and sensible the juniors were. Will they have taken a blind bit of notice, Mr. Jordan? Doubtful. Well, who knows? We're going to find out very shortly.
Well, yeah, we will.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they have.
Okay.
I'm sure they have. You don't... They've got lots of skill out there. I'm sure they are...
Well, I mean, this is probably the most talent-filled TKM Extreme grid we've had in the British Championship for many a long year, in terms of former champions and current senior ranking drivers. Let's find out. Joseph Reeves Smith comes to the line. Lights are green. We're off and racing into turn 1 for the first time. 26 drivers go in on the brakes for Cafe Corner. Well done. They all come out facing the right way.
Yep, great start through the TKM mist as they head down the back straight in towards the hairpin.
Love the smell of two-stroke in the morning.
I do, that's why I cracked my window open. It's not the morning anymore. Side by side then into the Bruno chicane.
Pashley now leads.
Yes. Good start.
Yep.
F1 through. Yes.
Yes.
Well behaved.
Oof. Bodes well for the next 14.5 minutes. Pashley, Reeve-Smith into Wilkins, change of lead. Reeve-Smith takes the lead. Pashley runs a little bit wide. Here comes the Tim Wilson kart of Theo Hesketh now into P3. And looking at the inside of Pashley potentially. Behind them there's fifth and sixth place battling. That is Joe Fowler and Adam Sparrow. So the number 1 plate kart already getting stuck in to the leading group here. He's up into 5th position. No one breaking away obviously, but there's a move for 3rd place. That is Theo Hesketh getting past.
Oh
my word, that's Michael Cornell by the looks of it. Blue race suit possibly. The number 85 privateer driver, and I'm looking out there to see, right, well, there's yellow flags at the moment. Couldn't see who went off. Chris Whitten was the other driver involved in that. So we'll have a look at the light board now as they come past. They're still racing. It is Reeve-Smith leading, Pashley in 2nd. Wadley is into 3rd position now.
Red flags.
You can see the red flags. Okay, so Michael Cornell is next to his cart. He's out of his cart. He's laying down on the track. The driver's coming up to him now. They'll move past out there. So the race has been stopped at the end of the first full lap, and the drivers are being told to pass the incident. Michael Cornell is lying on the circuit, legs and knees in the air, so he is, not completely stricken on the track, but the marshals are already with him. The medical team are there, going to be there very shortly, and we will have a full restart. But obviously that incident, we saw it on our screens. Chris Whitten has stopped as well, the number 33 kart of Chris Whitten. You can see him, he was the other driver involved, and I think that Chris Whitten probably stopped and may have helped Michael, who was under his car at the time. Michael's car is now, next to him, not on top of him, which is always something. So Chris Whitten may have been involved in helping to get that kart there off Michael Cornell. Obviously, we're not going to show you the incident on replay. We're not going to show you what is going on down at Stratford Corn at the moment. The medical team and the marshals, there goes the ambulance. The medical team are now with Michael Cornell. We will have a full regrid, Anthony, and that was, we say this, so drivers do, they do exit their carts now and again, and of course it does hurt, but we'll hope that he's just barely, just taking a winding, and it takes a little bit of time. We'll have a little look out the window, and of course for Michael's family members and friends watching back home, he's chatting with the medical team, and the paramedics are there with him, and obviously that is why, Anthony, that these drivers, we do talk on about the price of crash helmets and things like that. That is why they're so expensive. Yeah,
definitely. Famous Martin Brundle saying, if it's not a $5, if you've got a $5 helmet, get a... Well, I don't know the saying. I know what I'm trying to say. If you've got a $5 head, get a $5 helmet.
Yes. And there we go. And now
these aren't $5 helmets.
No,
they're very expensive
helmets. They're many helmets. So what we're going to do, I would imagine we're going to have a full regrid.
Yes.
And start again, because less than 25% of the race, in fact, that was on the opening lap. So, we're going to be doing it. And, again, so for Michael's family down there, I can see him communicating, moving his arms around, chatting to the paramedics at the moment. So that is good news. I mean, obviously, I can't tell you any more than that. Let's have a go. Well, I tell you what, Anthony, we've got a competition that is running with HRX Racewear.
We do.
I could tell you about it. You could tell people about it.
I could.
But how about let Noah Wolf tell them about it? Tell you, not you, because you know, but them.
Yeah.
Them, you, the people.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
To enter our competition to win a HRX branded race suit, a Fens driver website, and a Drift Limits driving experience in a McLaren GT3, just like this one.
So yes, fensracing.com competitions. There we go. To a bespoke race suit. I mean, you don't have to be a karter to enter.
No.
You just might want to have a race suit.
I'd love a race suit.
Just to say, just to look the part.
Wear it to parties.
Wear it to parties.
I'm a racing driver.
I'm a racing driver, and I think, well, that's great news, but this isn't a fancy dress party. Why are you wearing it? You say, well, I got it.
Yeah.
So go to fensracing.com. You can enter the competition, the HRS Racewear competition for that. Now, we've also got the small matter of Driver of the Day nominations to sort of shortlist. We don't take them just from the finals, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Obviously, you're watching the pre-finals and the finals on the live stream. We have got the added benefit of watching all the racing, so we do take them from all the racing. It's not just the winners, it's drivers that have come through well, that have really excelled or exceeded expectations, perhaps. But I mean, certainly we have some contenders from the first couple of finals. Well, I mean, in Mini X30, Leo Robinson, a first win, in the class, a dominant performance. That is obviously very impressive indeed. I mean, Eden Spanswick, first race in the class, on the podium. Very impressive. That junior race, well, any one of the top six could have been in it, but I mean, really, I mean, James Morley, fantastic. First time in the British Championship, running with the big boys, only losing out to, I mean, vice champion last year, Alfie Garford on the podium last year, and of course, Alistair Cresswell, the vice champion, a double club champion here at Shenington. So oozing local knowledge. So I mean, or any of those three, very, very impressive indeed. Lots more racing to come. We are in a delay at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you just joining us, the start of this race on circuit now, the TKM Extreme Final, there was an accident on the opening lap. Driver number 85, Michael Cornell, was decided to leave his kart whilst the kart was still moving. Didn't decide to leave it. Obviously, there was an incident. He rolled the kart. Kart landed on driver, and I mean, the word I'm getting is that he's communicating with the medical team, but he is in a lot of pain. So you're thinking, when a cart flips over, you've got things like shoulders and stuff like that have been lots of drivers have suffered with before. So I'm not going to speculate onto the nature of Michael's injuries. What I am going to say is that the ambulance crew is still with him, and it's going to be a little while before they can get Michael into the ambulance, and I would imagine off to a local a local hospital here. We have obviously a full medical facility at the circuit. But obviously, if hospital's where he's got to go, then that's where he is. So for Michael's family and friends watching the stream back home, obviously he's communicating with the medical team, but he is in a fair degree of discomfort, that I'm told. Having a restart very shortly.
Now, who's that talking at the side? Is that Mr. Ken Potter, our race director?
That fine figure of a man in the cap and the clipboard, conducting affairs on the left-hand side of your screen. Yes, along with some of the officials from Shenington Kart Club. This is volunteers in motorsport, and the marshals, the volunteers in racing, the most important people, the unsung heroes. And here we go. So out onto the roll up, just about. Oh dearie me, Anthony!
Blimey, what was that?
That was a live on-air cough. Well, what happened was I had a pack of McCoys in the break there whilst we're looking at the thing, and there was a bit of salt and vinegar McCoy, so just caught going on the wrong pipe.
Funny how that happened at Clay as well, didn't it?
Deary me,
with
yeah.
Paprika chips.
With paprika chips. It's probably me shoveling food into down my Gregory pack as quick as possible. More importantly, we're back on track.
Yes.
Rolling lap, full restart, TKM Extreme. Man in the middle of the circuit. Move yourself, man. There we go. Karts, down Hanger Straight. We're about to go racing again, Anthony.
We are indeed, yes. It's going to be take two for TKM Extreme. Let's try that one again. Now, hopefully it was all happening at the hairpin. Are we going to get a start this time around? They look a bit fairly spread out, but I'll probably Constantine around. There's a little
yes.
There's a little bit more time to get that one done.
Here we go. Chris Whitten, I don't think, has taken the restart either. Lights are out. We're off and racing once again in TKM Extreme. Reeve Smith has the lead, partially under pressure for second as they come through Cafe Corners. Joseph Reeve Smith with The race lead, everybody now starting in behind now, down towards Stratford Corner. This is where it all went wrong at the first time of asking. Pashley trying to go around the outside, will he make it? Oh, somebody else exit stage left. Possibly one of the Talco carts there. Through Bruno chicane, and oh, there is another driver wide at one of the Tim Wilson Motorsport carts wide at the Bruno chicane. And well, the TKM Smoke, of course, these two-stroke engines, a nice mix of oil and water. Oil and petrol even.
Yeah, I would say
oil and water, that would be good. So, of course, the smoke burns off as you've saw Nathan Miles getting a warning flag for his trouble. So, into Cafe Corner once again. It's Reeve Smith from number 2, Theo Hesketh. Third position, James Pashley. Then it's Joe Fowler, Lewis Wadley, Adam Sparrow, your top 6. There's a move from Wadley. Wadley had made a couple of passes and was up into the top 4 by the time that the red flag came out in the first race, and he's also proving to be quite aggressive and racy in the second running of this race.
Yes, he is indeed, but so far so good. Good clean start then from the entirety of the field, and we're seeing pretty much a carbon copy, almost, of what happened in the junior TKM. We've got 2 groups of 3 starting to break away. Great move though there.
Pashley,
yes,
squeezing up the inside and just making enough room for himself at Wilkins.
Yeah.
So lap number 3. Reeve Smith leads James Pashley. Now James Pashley, will he look to the inside on Reeve Smith? No, not this time. Theo Hesketh is right there as well. Lewis Wadley up into 4th place. Sparrow is 5th. Fowler is 6th. Zach Bow in 7th. Then it's Matt Allnut in 8th position. Spencer Lane up to 9th. Matthew Taylor also in the top 10. Then it's Tibbetts, Lask, Springfield, and the rest. 24 drivers took the restart. 24 drivers still running.
Yep. So 12 minutes and 40 seconds to go, plus that 1 lap, and this is your order as they cross the line. Joseph Reeve-Smith, James Pashley, Theo Hesketh, Lewis Wadley, Adam Sparrow doing a great job, 5th place at the moment. Joe Fowler, Zach Bowen, then it's Matthew Taylor, he's having a good run as well. Matthew Allnut, Spencer Lane, Theo Tibbetts, Aaron Lask, then it is Nathan Wells, Andrew Lawrence, then it's Kai Springfield, Isaac Marsh, Ben Cox, Joe Stockford. Alex, are you ready? He was not ready at the start of this. He dropped 4 positions, but he's still running in 19th place. Good start so far. Jack Saunders, Josh Raystrick as well. Megan Lawson, Harvey Roth, Charlie Flynn, and we have, of course, lost Michael Cornane and Chris Whitten at the start of that one. But that is the running order at the moment with just under 12 minutes to go.
Yes, and we're watching the top 5, no tail. So, I mean, Reeve Smith is pushing on. Pashley is sitting on his rear bumper. He is absolutely, got his nose planted on the rear bumper of the race leader's cart, but he's not trying to pass him. At some point, however, this is slightly different from the first round. Well, can Pashley pull away? There's 5 at the front, so Pashley can't relax. Now Wadley up into P3. Wadley has made 3 or 4 really strong passing manoeuvres. It does that move that Wadley put on Sparrow there, Hesketh, does give the top 2 a little bit of breathing space, but, how quickly can Wadley close in? And will Pashley want to try and pass Reeve Smith before Wadley gets to them? Because at the moment, of these 5, Lewis Wadley looks A, the most aggressive, and B, the fastest.
Yeah, I think that is a great observation there, Henry.
I do try.
You do try. So as they exit round Cafe Corner, the group of 5 breaking up now. We've got a group of 2, group of 3. Your top 2, Joseph Reeve-Smith, James Pashley. Nose to tail, breaking away, no overtaking, no lunges. Let's work together. Let's get away from that pack behind. The 3 behind, also doing the same, just haven't got the legs.
And the 3 drivers on your screen now in 6th, 7th and 8th places. That's the 18 of Zach Bowen, the 5 of Matthew Taylor, the 14 of Matthew Allnut, all with the same thinking as well.
Yep.
So, this is really good with drivers using their heads, everybody just flat out to try and not let the leaders get away.
That is the crucial part of it. Of course, as soon as you start scrapping too early and you let those leaders break away, that's it. It's over, the final's done, pack your bags, you might as well come next month or next weekend or whenever the next round is. So, it just depends. It's all down on that one, isn't it?
Yep.
And these drivers are smart enough, they're big enough.
Enough. There you go. I said it.
Yeah, you can say it. I'm not putting myself in that situation. Thank you, Henry.
I'll face the music in the paddock afterwards. Don't be worrying, Anthony.
Now they've closed up again by the looks of it. I think it's one group of 5 again.
They have indeed. So, Reeve Smith, and this is Lewis Wadley. Lewis Wadley has got a very, very fast number 98 Precision Racing kart. He made that move on Sparrow and Hesketh to move into P3, and the gap had opened up to about 10 kart lengths. He's closing back in, he's bringing Sparrow and Hesketh with him, and so the lead that Pashley and Reeve Smith enjoyed is now closing. I'm looking at the gap between between Hesketh in 5th and then the 6th place, and there's a change for the lead. Pashley has broken loose and gone for the lead. He's thinking, oh no, he's seen Wadley closing in. He thought, I don't want to be Lewis's next victim. I'm going to lead this one from the front. But this second train of karts is closing in, led by Allnut now, Bowen, Allnut, Taylor, Theo Tibbett, Spencer Lane and Joe Fowler. It goes all the way back to about 11th place, and there's more changes. Wadley is on a mission, Anthony.
Yeah, Wadley down the inside there, gets that move done, moves up into 2nd place. Great running there from the Precision Racing driver. Now, of course, with that Litchfield Tony car all over the back of him now, with those angry groups of karts now starting to pile up now, with all these little overtakes, that group of 5 is becoming 6,
and 7 and 8 and actually 9. Yeah, there are 9 karts, there's about a 5 kart gap length between the top 5 and 6th place, but still back in the pack as we started lap number 9, so we're on lap number 9. There was 3.8 seconds separating the top 13, with Nathan Wells in 13th, and it's Lask 14th, Ben Cox 15th, Marsh, Saunders, Stockford, Springfield, Racetrick, Reddy, Lawson, Flynn and Harvey Roth rounding out the field.
Yeah, so an incredibly close pack still all the way through it.
Yes.
And look at that train now.
This
8
is
minutes.
really good stuff.
8 minutes left, though, on the timer, and just all of them, nose to tail at the moment, no scrapping, because they're all thinking the same thing. Let's close up. That is all what's on their drivers' minds, and look at that train now.
Yep,
you wouldn't want to be, I wouldn't want to be in that.
No, not at all. I certainly wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't mind being the last kart in the train, because all I've got to worry about is attack, not defence. At the moment, you can see Sparrow in 5th position, but he's got the number 14 kart of Allnut not too far behind him. Into Wilkins and Allnut and the number 18, that green and white Tony kart, the privateer chassis of Zach Bowen. They've just about caught them. In fact, Sparrow passing Theo Hesketh to 4th place. So Sparrow can see the fact that danger is coming, and he's made the move, and there Hesketh though fighting straight back, and now Sparrow's going to get pushed back to 7th by Matthew Allnut. Also playing himself into the thick of the action is Ben Cox in the number 82 kart. For the back of the field, he is already now just off this lead group in about 14th or 15th position. Few drivers, the graphics on the side of the screen are not cooperating because a few of the drivers may be having transponder problems, so they're not being picked up around the various timing splits around the circuit, which may be why you're seeing Adam Sparrow behind. Well, Adam Sparrow is now behind Matthew Allnut, while you may be seeing a couple of gaps there.
Yes.
Oh, look at this now. And here's Wadley having a little look at the lead. Reeve Smith was leading. Now Reeve Smith back to 3rd. Wadley for the first time. Lewis Wadley takes over P1 with Pashley 2nd. Reeve Smith in 3rd. Then it's Hesketh, followed by Allnut, the 2 Tim Wilson karts. And here comes Pashley right back at Lewis Wadley. Oh, game on.
When I said they were being grown-ups about the situation, I was lying, clearly, because lunge central there. Pashley back down the inside. No, that's Hesketh, sorry. There's Hesketh.
No,
it's not. It was Pashley.
It was Pashley.
Yeah, I'm getting myself wrong here. Oh, tongue-tie. There we go. Oh, the Litchfield driver there down the inside. Oh, couldn't quite do it there. Almost got his nose chopped off there.
Yep, and Allnut with the black nose cone there runs a little bit wide. So the top 9 are now together. Andrew Lawrence is all on his own in 10th position in the number 38 car, and there we go again, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, all changes. Now Wadley from Pashley, Hesketh up to 3rd, Reeve Smith down to 4th. Looks like Zach Bowen is 5th now in that Tony kart without the orange stripe down the side. It is Bowen in 5th. Then it's last year's champion Sparrow in 6th, Allnut with a black nose cone in 7th, with Matthew Taylor and Theo Tibbett at the back of this lead group. Fantastic stuff, Anthony, as we complete another lap. Lewis Wadley and James Pashley. I mean, this is what TKM Racing was all about, these 100cc, air-cooled engines designed to the back of that lead group. That's a very smart liveried number 46 kart of Theo Tibbets, and into Stratford corner, Reeve Smith back up to P2. All this jostling, and they don't seem to lose much ground to the top two. Wadley still leads. Now Wadley has gone from 6th to 5th to 4th to 3rd to 2nd, now to the lead. He's briefly had the lead taken back off him, but he fought back straight away. His kart, obviously the first 13 laps of this race has been absolutely on rails. Maybe the tyre pressure is set up so that he was quick at the start. Could we potentially see his kart go off slightly and him have to defend with Pashley leading the charge?
Well,
there's Tibbets in that very smart, like dark blue, yellow and black kart, chasing the number 5 kart of Matthew Taylor. And yeah, well, there's a big gap between 2nd and 3rd place. It's up to at least 2.5 kart lengths, Anthony.
Yeah, it's, yeah. I mean, what do you call on this one? I mean, they're all right there. Any one of these, top 9 karts?
Yep, 9 easily. Yep,
could take this win.
Well, the top 5 are broken away again, but it's a different top 5 than the last time we had a top 5 breakaway.
Yeah.
Because Sparrow is not amongst them, and Zach Bowen, privateer, true privateer driver, is.
Yep.
Great work from Bowen. Allnut is 6. You can see him in the Tim Wilson livery with a black nose cone. There goes Zach Bowen. My word, what did he have for breakfast?
Definitely wasn't Weetabix, or maybe it was Weetabix, but a little bit of fuel on top. There we
Probably
go.
wasn't the biscuits and Haribo we've got up here.
Oh, no. It's far too sugary for racing drivers. No, that's why we've got it.
Yes,
there we go. So,
change.
Yes.
Pashley back in front.
Yep, you can see there the number 3, though, of Reeve Smith as well. Not happy with something. A hand went up in the air, just thinking, what was that for?
Yes.
So, thinking, there's still 3 minutes to go.
I think that was, he tried to follow Pashley into the lead and Wadley closed the door.
Yes. So Abruptly.
With force.
There we go. You can just see there, it's a very last-second decision to put the kart in the inside of the apex at Wilkins there, because they do leave the racing line, they leave that gap. Down the inside, though.
Wheel to wheel, Pashley holding his line. Oh, but Lewis Wadley round the outside. Proper slim shady move there from Wadley into the racing. Pashley, he tried to stick it up the inside coming into Cafe Corner, but Wadley was not to be denied, and he looks over his shoulder. Come on, let's go. They're all bunching up there. Sorry, Anthony, mid-flow there, but that was one heck of a move there from Wadley, and Pashley wasn't going to give it to all, so plenty of respect there, but on the outside, Wadley hangs firm, but now Pashley's going to have a little nose at the inside, is he?
There it is, yeah.
There we go.
That last-second decision, again, right there to put it down the inside. Are we going to see a carbon copy of last time? Is Wadley going to do the same? Pashley covers that line this time, no move this time. So Pashley is learning from that straight away, knows where to get that position done, knows where to block Wadley as well, and that's bad news for Wadley, because now Reeve Smith knows where Wadley's move is and probably going to try to do the same on him.
Any one of 9. And looking back a little bit further back there, I mean, Joe Fowler has dropped back out, and we haven't seen Joe Fowler featuring at all. There goes Reeve Smith passing Hesketh for 3rd place. So, I mean, Joe Fowler's back in 19th place, so we haven't really seen much of him. Joe Stockford has gained quite a bit of ground from 24th up to 14th. Jack Saunders is the best of the junior graduates, by the looks of it, in 11th position. But, Anthony, this is getting intense. 90 seconds to go. Any one of 9 could win this one.
Yep, I'm thinking that Reeve Smith, the red mist, has descended in that helmet because the hand gesture's coming up. He's clearly not happy about something.
Well, he's not leading this race.
Well, that'll be it. So with 1 minute plus the 1 lap to go, there is still... It's a short amount of time, but it's still a lot of time.
Plenty of time. They're not going to get the last lap board this time around, so we've got 2.5 laps to go in this one. And still, every time Wadley looks over his shoulder, Reeve Smith is like, come on, just go, And Wadley's thinking, yeah, but if I'm worried about you overtaking me, and let's see. So Pashley jinks the inside to defend, coming through Hanger Straight.
Right now, James Pashley has got a warning flag, so maybe that's why the hand's going up. Maybe it's a track limits thing.
Could possibly be. Who knows? But I mean, now Reeve Smith is going to have a go, and Wadley's defending this. Could this give the win to Pashley? The more Wadley defends, the further away Pashley will get. There we go, out of Cafe Corner.
Yeah, so
Pashley, Wadley, Reeve Smith, the top 3. Sorry, James. Anthony. Nearly called you producer James then.
I know.
Joe Fowler has decided to park facing the wrong way at Cafe Corner. But the leaders will be coming to the last lap board next time around. Now, Wadley has got hard work to do now. He fended off Reeve Smith. He's now going to really get his head down. This is his last chance to catch Pashley. Pashley checks over his shoulder. He knows he doesn't have to defend. And Theo Hesketh is now trying to push Reeve Smith along.
Yes, so it kind of looked like that move, that blocking from Wadley from Reeve-Smith, that's really settled this race, I think, quite early. You can just see they're diving in the background as well, some of the drivers switching positions.
Zach Bowen defending for Matthew Alln, that was.
Oh, but keep an eye on the number 2, Theo Hesketh, because Hesketh has a good run out of the cafe corner. He's looking for a move here, he switches to the outside, can't go the long way round, slots back into position.
James Pashley hasn't had to defend just yet. So that one move that Reeve-Smith made on Lewis Wadley just gave James Pashley enough breathing space so that Pashley doesn't have to defend. Head down. Into Wilkins for the final time. Well, he won as a true privateer in 2019. He defended it and finished 4th last year. He didn't want to use the number 4 this year because he thought it'd be bad luck. And James Pashley, proving his theory right, he takes the victory in TKM Extreme. A great TKM Extreme final, even at the second time of asking. He beats Lewis Wadley by 0.4 of a second. Joseph Reeve-Smith rounds out the podium. Theo Hesketh is 4th, followed by Matthew Allnut, Zach Bowen, Matthew Taylor, Adam Sparrow fading to 8th at the end, with Theo Tibbets in 9th and Andrew Lawrence rounding out the top 10. And our timetable is running behind a little bit, but we may just about have time to have a very quick chat with James Pashley. Anthony Jordan is hurrying down to the pit lane now. It will be a brief chat because the KZ2 carts are going out, but the KZ2 carts, they have 2 rolling laps and a standing start. So we might have a chance to speak to James Pashley after a great performance there. So, privateer driver has said, James, that he his dad is a mechanic, and it's him, his dad, and his granddad that generally, generally sort of like travel together to the races. So, a real true privateer effort. So, for those of you in the UK thinking to yourself, I want to get into karting, but I haven't got the money to go in a team. I just got myself. I've got a mate who's a bit of a mechanic, or a parent who's a bit of a mechanic. TKM is a fantastic way to go racing. As a true privateer. Here is your grid for KZ2, but Anthony's down on the track.
Thank you very much, Henry. I know we haven't got a lot of time because the KZ2s have already headed out onto the circuit, so we'll have a quick chat with James Pashley. Mr. Pashley, thank you for turning around there. Well, a dramatic race at the end, but we did get there, and what a win that was. You managed to get the breakaway unlike the last lap.
Just when I started defending, must have been a mistake behind or something went wrong, and I managed to get the gap and have an easy end of a race.
Well, it looked like a very defensive move from Wadley there that made that gap open up, but a great start to the season. Now, we say you're not running the number 4 because you came 4th last year, but you're not running it. Any particular reason?
The 52 was on the sticker kit already, so that's why.
Fair enough.
Finding new numbers.
Fair enough. But a great start to the season, and it's all good. But a great win on that one. Very well done.
Thank you very much.
Excellent stuff. But now it's time, KZ2.
Now, if the junior TKM drivers here at Shenington served up a treat, then the TKM Extreme Final was just as exciting. So here is the trophy presentation and the podium presentation for the top 3 leading rookie and privateer, the opening round of the 2021 Vera Tours British Kart Championship in TKM Extreme. Now, the leading rookie home in the championship in the final was 15th place Alex Reddy for Tim Wilson Motorsport. Sadly, Alex can't make the presentation. So we move on to the top 3. And finishing in 3rd place, last year's number 3 seed for Litchfield Motorsport, it's Joseph Reeve-Smith. See there, Joseph, with his new visor strip, but also getting a visor strip as well as the cap, finishing in 2nd place, just less than half a second behind our eventual race winner. In P2, after a great drive for Precision Racing, it's Lewis Wadley. And now to the winner. Not only does this driver take home the Best Privateer award, he also takes home the #1 trophy. Along with his winning mechanic, it's 2019 British Senior TKM Champion, James Pashley. Yeah. Oh, yeah, by all means. Yes,